It's been a tough week for airline passengers, and the holidays haven't even begun. Now, next week, the second and final phase of the Air Passenger Bill of Rights will be rolled out, and in theory, you, the passenger, will be entitled to more compensation.
The new Air Passenger Protection Regulations, the APPR, will, for the first time, lay out airlines' minimum obligations to air passengers.
The first phase of the regulations were rolled out back in July. The final batch of rules comes into effect on December 15th. They include passenger compensation for flights delayed or canceled that aren't related to safety, weather, or mechanical issues. If you're on board a major airline, the Canadian Transportation Agency says you're now entitled to up to $1,000 in compensation for a lengthy delay or cancellation. A smaller airline, up to $500. The one air passenger rights advocate says good luck getting a penny from the airlines.
When you look at the rules, it may create the false impression that now we finally get compensation.
One of the perceived loopholes of the pending regulations is that if a plane has a mechanical issue, then you, the passenger, isn't entitled to any cash. It's a clause that everyone from advocates to the CAA believe is a concession the federal government made for airlines that hurts consumers.
There's a big difference between an engine falling off the wing and, let's say, one of the overhead bin latches not closing completely.
Maintenance is not a viable excuse for non-payment in Europe.
That's right. And this is a fundamental difference between the Canadian regime, which the government falsely claims to be the best in the world.
The point of this package is to give robust protections to passengers and at the same time to be balanced.
Though there's complaints that the first round of regulations released back in the summer aren't being enforced. One of the new rules, after a 3-hour delay on the tarmac, an airline has to give you the option of getting off the plane. Though this is video taken by a WestJet passenger today. They were supposed to take off to Las Vegas at 11 a.m. At 4 p.m., they were still on the tarmac. 5 hours and counting.
This is exactly why we think the rules are a failure.
Again, the new regulations will be rolled out 1 week from this Sunday. I'm Adrian Ghobrial for City News.